Tonight on Channel 6 News Weekend Edition, a fatal shooting. An argument at a Killeen club leaves one man dead and another behind bars. Plus 2 people in the hospital after a shooting at a high school football game. We have the details. And it's National Clear the Shelters Day. How shelters in our area got involved. Channel 6 News Weekend Edition starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Edition. I'm Imani Payne. We begin tonight in Killeen, where a man has died after an overnight shooting. It happened just before 2 this morning at the Obot Club on South Fort Hood Street. Police say the victim and the suspect got into some kind of argument. Things escalated and then the suspect pulled out a gun and shot the victim. When officers arrived, they found a 41-year-old man on the ground with a gunshot wound. The man was rushed to the hospital where he later died. The suspect has been arrested and charges are pending. Well, it's time now for a first check of our weather. Here's a live look outside of our Temple studios. Beautiful day today, lots of sunshine. Meteorologist Zach Scott is standing by. And Zach, it seems like a great day to head outdoors.
Yeah, actually saw a lot of people have details coming up.
All right, thanks, Zach. Making headlines around the state. It's called swatting, a dangerous prank where someone fakes a 911 emergency to get police to show up at someone else's address. It's a situation that's turned fatal in other cities, and now it's made its way to Texas. Luis De Leon reports.
You don't know what's going to happen to their lives, you know?
Many people who make these calls are able to mask their phone number, making it difficult to track them down. Anyone who recognizes the voice in the audio is asked to contact the Williamson County Sheriff's Office. 2 officers in Red Oak, just south of Dallas, will receive city awards for saving the life of a suicidal man. In a tense 3-minute encounter captured on body cam, you can see the man threatening to jump from a freeway overpass. 2 officers, one of which who happens to be a pastor, tried talking the man down. When that didn't work, one of the officers lunged at the man, grabbing his shirt before he could jump, and then pulled the man over the railing to safety. The officers will receive a life-saving award. The suicidal man's wife says she's thankful for the quick actions of the officers that day and says her husband is now recovering in the hospital. In national news, 2 people are recovering in the hospital after being shot at a high school football game in Florida. It happened at Palm Beach Central High School. Police say there was a fight that escalated into a shooting outside of the school's football stadium. The victims are 2 adult males. One was airlifted from the field. The other was taken to the hospital by a friend. Many parents are in shock after yet another school shooting.
This is our reality tonight. I could have not found my daughter alive tonight. And nobody knows what that feels like until you're standing. Until you're standing in that situation, you don't know.
Those 2 victims are in unknown condition at this hour. And in Colorado, a candlelight vigil was held overnight in memory of Shannon Watts and her 2 young daughters. Authorities say Watts' husband, the father of the 2 girls, is responsible for their murders. Their bodies were found just 1 day after 33-year-old Chris Watts was arrested. Court documents suggest the bodies were in an oil well for 4 days. Family and friends laid flowers and held candles to remember the family. Watts now faces 3 counts of first-degree murder and tampering with a human body. He is being held without bond. Well, still ahead on Channel 6 News Weekend Edition, hundreds of families received back-to-school help from the city of Temple. Plus, tons of people turned out for the nationwide Clear the Shelters event. We have a look at the shelters in our area that participated. Stick with us.